Greetings friends, welcome. Today we're looking at using the YouTube API to update a video, update in particular its title. What we'd like to do is say for the title of the video, this video has X views, and that number of views will match the actual number that it has on the video. It's a video that's there's a popular one by Tom Scott that has done this, whereas he talks about the sort of higher level reasoning for doing something like this and how that works, but it hasn't looked at the code itself, and so it's quite an interesting topic, and we're going to have a look at it here, the actual practical steps we need to do. Before we jump in though, if you find yourself enjoying the video, feel free to click that subscribe button below. You'll get updates for future videos. Right, let's jump in. We need to first of all get into the YouTube Data API. So if you just come and do a search for YouTube API, they'll give you this developers.google.com link, and when we come in here, if we look, we've got add YouTube functionality to your app, and we've got to get started. So I'm going to click on that. This will give you some information on what we're going to need. You need a YouTube account, obviously. That is another whole video, so you need to set up a YouTube account. And once you've got that, you will have a Google account, so we're good for number one there. Then we need to come in here and we need to create a project, and then we need to create some authorization credentials. So two steps within this that we need to do. And then, yeah, we're going to enable it down here. Right, so we need to come into the Google Developers Console. Let's click on that one. And in here, we need to, as I said, we need to create a new project. So if we come up to the top and click the down arrow, we can do new project. And I'm just going to call this one a shot of code and create that. All right, so that's going to do that. And then it said, in fact, let me bring that page back up so we can see it. Back into get started. So in Google Developers Console, and we're going to obtain the credentials. So after creating your project, make sure that YouTube API is enabled. So enable API. So we come back in here and we say enable API. Oh, I need to select it. We want a shot of code, and then I want to do enable APIs and services, and I'm looking for the YouTube API, so here it is down here. I'm going to click on that one and simply click on enable here. Okay, let's go back. So we've done that. Right, now we're going to use OAuth to connect. There's two kind of approaches. If you're a G Suite user, it looks like you can create a private application to access the API. I'm not, so it's got to be public, but that's fine. You're still going to need credentials to check it, to access it. So it's no different to your account itself. So let's come back in here. We've got the API enabled, and what I need to do is the credentials. Now I want to get hold of the credentials. Let me click on that one. Is that going to take me in there? Right, open the credentials page in the API console, and we're going to use OAuth. You can use an API key, but it doesn't let you have. That's just for public use. You're not going to be able to get in and change anything. You'd be able to enumerate videos and stuff, but you're not going to be able to go and change the title, things like that. Right, so where's this credentials? Oh, yeah, here we go. To use this API, you need credentials. Okay, so click credentials, create credentials over here. Right, what API are we using? YouTube Data API. Where am I going to be calling it from? I'm going to say Windows CLI here, and we're going to be using user data. Okay, and what do I need? We're going to need an OAuth consent screen. So let's set that up. So it's going to take a few parameters in here. We're going to say external because, again, we're not a G Suite user. And we'll say create. So the app name is a shot of code. I can just put myself in here. Right, we're not going to have a logo. Hopefully we can get away without putting a lot of this in. You know, this does allow you to create an app that users can use to access whatever functionality you're adding, but we're just going to be using it on the server. So hopefully we don't need to type a lot of this in. See if that's enough information for that page. Yep, okay. Okay, scopes. I'm hoping we don't need to add any. Test users. So we're going to need a user. I'm going to add myself again here. Like so. Right, that should be good. And there it is, all set up. Okay, back to dashboard. Now, with that in place, we should be able to get a client secrets file, which is what we're going to use to connect with. Remember how to download that. What does it say about actually getting hold of that? Yeah, your upload information first needs to send a client ID and possibly a client secret. So the probably back into credentials now. Right, yeah, so in credentials, now we've created that screen, we should be able to add an OAuth client ID. So I'm going to do create credentials, OAuth client ID, and the application type is going to be desktop. And we'll just call it a shot of code again. Like so. Okay, so OAuth client created. Right, here's our client secret, so we're going to use in our app. So, you know, once we've got all of this set up, we're just going to create a little app. I'm going to write it in C#, and it's going to need this in order to be able to connect. Client ID, client secret. I think I can just copy the client secret, don't I? No, I think you can download. I want to be able to download it, the whole thing. So if I click on download here, we get a client secrets file. So I'll get that shown in the folder there. That should be good. All right, so I think for the server-side part, that's good. We're set up in the Google Cloud Platform. We've got access to the API and we've got our credentials. Now, we now need to put together a little application to run this. First step here would be do a search, depending on what language you want to do this in. I'm going to do it in C#. Do a search for C#. Well, you can see I've obviously done it before in here. And again, it's going to bring us back into developers.google.com. And there's some .NET samples. Right, I am going to copy this one. So this will give us all the imports that we need and the initial authentication. And then we'll write the code to pull the current number of views for the video and then update back that new number. Right, let's look at creating this then. So we'll create a new folder here. A shot of code views, and let's open that up. Oops. Okay, so let's get that code in. If I create a main.cs, too much JavaScript these days, and save that off, this should now nicely connect for us at least. We're going to need to get these guys added in. So let's do a .NET add package and Google APIs. Is it package? It's .NET package add. Can't remember. Let me see. .NET. I think it's .NET add package. Well, what I'm going to do to make this a little bit quicker is just grab those. So this is all the packages. In fact, I want to actually create a new project in it. It'd be nicer. So let's do .NET new console. Okay, so that should give us a project file now as well, which would be nicer. Right, yes, here's our project. I can delete the main there. Let's just check that what I downloaded is good. It should be. It's got a main, yeah. So let's delete program that it created. Get rid of that there. And then here, I'm going to just add in all the packages that we need. I would still like to do it. Let's have another go. .NET add package Google.Apis. Okay, that's nicer. All right, so we need Google APIs, and then we'll do a .NET add package Google.Apis.Auth, and then Google APIs.YouTube. So how do you work out which ones of these you need? You just need to look through the imports that we've got here. So basically these ones here are what I've been adding. We're going to need, I think we're going to need OAuth 2 as well, are we? Google APIs.Auth, I think. Yes. .NET add package Auth. Alright, so I think that's all the packages we need. I'll put a link to that bit in the code. Right, with those in place, and we've copied our sample code in, let's just see if that builds. So let's do a .NET restore. Cool. And then a build. Right, what one are we missing? Oh, I need a v3. Yeah, I need one more. .NET add package APIs dot YouTube dot v3. So you'll certainly know when you've got them all installed because it will give you that error. So there's 4 packages there, I think. If we go in here and look in our project file, maybe I did Auth twice, did I? So we need APIs, Auth, and YouTube v3 so far. Let's check. .NET build. Okay, that's good. Those are the ones we need. That seems fine. Now, this sample one that we downloaded is going to come in. Let's have a look through the code. So we've got a main here. Just going to output some stuff and kick off playlist updates. The run, yeah, this function here, run. And the main bit that we want to steal from this is this authentication code here. So this is going to connect for us, and it's going to use what our client secrets that we downloaded a minute ago. So let me grab that. We downloaded that here. So I'm going to copy that file. So this is what we got from the Google Developers Console. And if I want to paste that in here, I want to do a reveal, paste it in. And I'm just going to rename it to get rid of the extension there and just have it client secrets. So client secrets.json. All right, that's in our project. So that's going to load in. It's going to pop up an authentication screen then, and we'll have to log in as the user that we've added as a test user. So that's how this is. The security on this is whoever I've added as test users is the only people that get in, and they've got to have their username and password correct. So only I'm going to be able to get into this. Right, so that's the bit we want, and then it then goes off and does a lot of stuff here in terms of enumeration of videos. So I'm just going to delete that because it goes into the playlist and stuff. I don't want to be dealing with that. Let's see if this can run locally now to start with. Can it connect? Well, let's quickly look at the authentication code a little bit more. So yeah, client secrets.json as we mentioned, and it loads that in here. And then our scope, this is going to determine what you can do when you log in. Now we're going to need to change this. At the moment, it's just going to be it's actually full read-write access. This one with YouTube, so that's fine. You can restrict that more with this scope here, and then I think that's of real interest. This is the file it will create. It creates an OAuth file that we then use for our subsequent authentications, and that should be fine to leave that where it puts it. So I'll leave that there. Okay, I'm going to try and run this, see if we can authenticate. I thought it built. Oh, I did take a lot of stuff out. And possibly one too many brackets. Or not enough, maybe, was it? Let's try that again. Okay, they look good. That looks, no, okay, I need one more there. It looks fine. I don't know why I'm not getting any squigglies. Oh, CS Proj. Is it in my file? No? I'm just gonna spam another one in. Yeah, okay, so my delete just caused that to go. Right. Let's now try and run it. .NET run. This should pop up as open a browser for us to say who we're going to connect as. And I'm going to choose the account that I've added as a test user. And then so I'm just going to do this in 2 stages because I want this to update the video that I'm doing, and I haven't published it yet. So I'm going to need to pick another video to show it. So I'm going to do that on for our test purposes, and then I'll flick it at the end. So let's do it on a video, a test video. That's fine. Doesn't need to be verified for this. Okay, and we're going to say, yeah, you can do anything. Okay, so we've got our verification code. Okay. And it's run through. All right. So at the moment, I've got access to. So I've got a few channels within my main YouTube channel. I've now got access to Guff stuff. So let's look at the video that we can update on there. can come back and reuse one of these. If I come into YouTube and switch account and go into Guff Stuff and go into YouTube. Right, we want to grab one of these videos, so let's go into content, and we are going to use this top video here. So if I click on that, I want to get hold of its ID, and this is its ID. So let's just copy the whole video link is fine. So at the moment this is the title. We're going to change that to this video has X views. How many views has it got at the moment? Possibly 0, maybe 1. I probably watched it once. Okay, let's paste that ID in here. It's going to be that guy there. Was the Y on it? No, it is 2Y. Yeah, 2Y. Alright, so let's now look at the code to get that particular video. Let me have a look over here just to check. Right, so this initial credential has, what does that return us? I did delete slightly more than I wanted. I wanted to keep hold of one other bit that it gave us in that sample, which is this part here, where we get hold of the YouTube service using that credential that we just created up here. So we've got its credential here, sorry, and we're going to pass that in and get hold of the YouTube service. Now from here we can do our enumeration. So we want to get hold of that video. So I want to do var video equals, and then YouTube service dot. Well, you're not going to give me any IntelliSense? Really? Oh gosh, okay. Oh no, yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so YouTube service dot videos dot list. That will get us all the ones from our channel as well. What we need to specify in here is the details that are coming back, and there's just little tags for specifying these, various ones. There's one called snippet, and that will contain things like the title and description. There's other ones as well, you'd have to look at what they are, but for us we need to put in snippet. We also need to know how many current views it's got, and that one comes in statistics. So we need to specify that as string. So it's not strongly typed, this stuff. Just need to put those in. So what we're setting up here is a search. This isn't actually going to do the search. This is like setting it up for us, and then we're going to run it. So we're saying we want these details from the result of our search, and we also want a particular ID, and we want that to be this guy here. So I'm going to put that on. Now we get to actually execute this search. So let's do var result, and we can say video.execute, like so, and we can then grab the result of that. So in this case the video is the VR, so it's the Victory Royale video, and that is going to be result. So it could bring back more than one, but because we've given it a particular ID, I know I'm only going to be getting one back, so I'm just going to grab the first item of that result. Alright, so we'll check that we've got this. So let's do a console.writeLine, and we will just pop this guy out. And so it's going to be VR video, and we can now access these details from it. So we've asked it to provide these on the returned object, and they're now actually going to be strongly typed. So I can do snippet and grab the title. All right. So I'm hoping that is going to return our video, and we should see that existing title, which is VR with Mando Sniper. Don't worry, you're going to get to see it at some point. Okay, let's try that. .NET run again. Oh, because I've copied in, I've got what bit have I copied in that's done that? Yeah. So it's this type here. We're going to be called playlist updates, which isn't perfect, but it will do for now. So let's try that again. Video list response doesn't items. I think this is because my IntelliSense is gone. I'm going to get a few of those, but it should be fine. Okay, so let's run it again. Console again. That is going to be capital. Video does not count for snippet. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. And run. I think this one should go. All right. So it didn't pop up the browser authentication again because it saved it in that file, and that's persisted. So we've now got the title coming back. That's pretty good. What we want to do is get hold of the number of views and then set that title now. So how do we do that? Right, on our video, I'm literally just going to go something like VR video, and I can go back into snippet and I can set the title now. And I'm going to set it to this video has, and we are going to put the current number of views that it's got, and I can grab that again from VR video dot. So we had snippet here because we asked for it here. We've also got statistics, so I'm just going to grab statistics and dot view count we can do, and turn that into a string, and then we would need to say, so this video has X views is what we're going to be saying there. Okay. We'll add one other thing just so we can see on this one when it was updated. I'm going to change the description to when it was last updated as well. Well, no, because that'll get complicated. But you could do that. All right, now we need to push that back up. So we need an update call basically. So we can use our main object again, the YouTube service, and we can go back into videos, and we can call update. We'll pass in this video, the VR video, Victorial video, and we need to specify again which items we're going to be updating. So we're going to be updating snippet and statistics, like so. And that should then update it for us. let's give it a go. If I go and look at the video, how many views has it got? So it's got 2 views at the moment, and the title of VR with Mando Sniper. Let's do a .NET run. Okay, update. What did I do wrong with updates? Oops. This is literally a string like this, so we just comma separate them. Okay, snippet and statistics. Okay, let's run again. Right. So it was that. Now we should have set it. So if I just run it again, it should pull down the new one. So we should, rather than see this, we should see this video has views. No. What went wrong there? Oh, yes, okay. Similar to when we do our search here, we call execute. So I've set up the update, but I didn't actually run it. So we want to do res.execute. I think we literally just run it like that, do we? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So we should still have it for that first one. Staying that. Now it should be updated. Okay, it worked. This video has 2 views. So if I come back in here now, I don't know. Is it going to update? Will it pick that up straight away? If I refresh this page now. Give that a pause. Okay, we can see our video now says this video has 2 views. Now we're going to be getting a few more. If I turn the sound off and just run this through, I don't know how long you need to watch for it to register as a view. We want to get it up to 3 views so we can just see it update again. Nice shot there by that guy, by the way. He did well. So if I refresh the page, it takes a few minutes for this to update. In the database, it might already have it. So if we run this again now, so it's on 2 views. It's still showing 2 views on the website, but that is cached a lot. So I'd hope some of those views already have been registered. No, still 2. So we'll give that a minute for Google to catch up. But that is the crux of what you need to be able to do. So we've gone into the YouTube API. We've generated a project. We've got the credentials. We've downloaded those credentials. We've created. We've got the sample code to authenticate. We've passed in our client secret that we downloaded. And then we can get hold of a particular video, grab the snippet and statistics, and then update that with the current view count. Right, what you would then need to do is put this somewhere that it can run in the background. So you need this running, say, every hour or more, so that it's going to be updating those. Now, I'm going to do that in a virtual machine. So I've got one here. So I've just got a virtual machine in Azure, and I've basically got, well, I will have, I'm just going to set up a task scheduler and get it to run that that DLL. So we could come in here and do create task, and set in the details in here for it. So you can basically just point to the exe and just run that every hour, and it will keep that up to date. So I don't, that bit, do as you like. It's not really the crux of this video, so I won't go into any details of setting that up. Basically, you just need to get your DLL, or your exe, and just keep on executing that in the background somewhere. Okay, I need to flick this now to this video. I will do that afterwards, because all I'm going to do is change this video ID. Once I upload this video, I'll get a new ID. I'll change this ID to it, and as you watch this in the future, it should be working for the current video, so your view will count and it will get updated. Remember, I'll probably only run it every, I'll start off running it fairly often, I guess, so that it looks, and then maybe pull it back, but maybe every 5 minutes or so it would update. So it's always going to be slightly behind for 5 minutes, and then it will get the new one, if it works, that is. Yeah, put in the comments if it's not. Alright, thanks very much for watching. That's the YouTube API, a video that has got this X views. Hope that was interesting. If it was, feel free to click that subscribe button below, change the alert icon to all, and you'll get updates for more videos as they come out. Thanks again for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.